Welcome back to this echoey room. It is my soon-to-be workspace. If you saw my last video, you saw me doing 2 accent walls. You can see one of them here, one of them's over there. And I'm excited to finish this room out. There are a few things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be adding storage, either storage I bought that I'm going to put together, or I'm building shelves. As you see behind me, those are kind of where my shelves are going to go, and the length. They're a little bit shorter than I was imagining, but I wanted to spend the least amount possible. So if I got 6-foot boards, cut them in half, that's the size they are. And I think I'm good with it. I'll be adding storage, I'll be organizing, figuring out where everything goes, final touches, all that stuff. So at the end of this video, there will be a functional workshop space. There's something exciting about this, at least for me, and that is this guy. Anytime I would go to a hardware store to get paint and you had to wait for the paint to be made, I'd always go and visit the miter saws, and especially this one, this specific one, and I would just sit there and drool over it and be like, one day that'll be mine. But then, on Facebook Marketplace, this guy was on there for $50. So I emailed them and I was like, why? I got some background on it. They were just trying to clean out their garage and have less stuff. It was this older married nice couple. This is like 2 years old and it still works fine. As far as I know, I mean, I've never used one before, but he showed how it worked. He did stuff, it worked. I think I got a great deal. And I have one now. I have this little baby now. I'm so excited. It's my first power tool, kind of, because I use like drills and other stuff, but they're all just me borrowing my dad's tools. This one's mine. I'm excited, and it opens so many doors of possible projects, and having the miter capability. This is a good first project to practice on because it doesn't really matter if I get the boards to the desired length or if they're a tiny bit off or something's wrong. They're just going to be shelves sitting up. I can't mess it up too badly. So it'll be a good introduction, and then once I start making like furniture and other things with this, I'll hopefully get better and more precise. I only have a few cuts this time, so I'm just doing it inside. I don't know about you, I like storing my stuff inside better because I do not like when spiders and bugs build their home on my stuff. The next thing I'm going to do is to work on these shelves. And by that, I mean cut them in half with my new tool. Safety first. Plugging it in is first, actually. I have a healthy fear of this. I want to keep my appendages. Okay, so you do this. sand these just a little bit. They don't need a ton. There's just some rough stuff I want to take off, but I'm painting them, so the paint's going to cover up some of the blemishes. Video, as you see, the walls are still being painted, but I'm preparing for my next video, this video, because I need to figure out if this is what I want. I found these 9x9 cube storage pieces of furniture, and I, in my mind, want to get 3 of them and line them up against one of the walls. But I bought one of them to make sure it's what I want, and then I can get the others. And also there's some weird sales going on and coupons, and I'm trying to work all that out. But first things first, I need to build this, put it together, see if it is what I want, and if I do want 3, or if that'll be too many. It's literally glued. This is probably not how I'm supposed to open it. Oh, well, it's happening. Open, please. Okay, assemble your unit on a carpeted floor. No, there's a nice little thing in here that says, just think, the sooner you do this, the sooner you do something else. Never thought I'd get so many life lessons from an instruction manual. I actually don't hate putting stuff together. I will have moments where I hate it, but it's like a big puzzle. And I like that. I say right before I begin. That could change. Having 3 of these, and they're going to line this wall. I put it up against the edge of the wall, moved it to where the middle one will be, and now I'm going to move it one more. And it should fit. I just want to see with it pushed up against the wall if there's going to be a weird, like, if it'll be too much of an inconvenience to walk in and out of the room since this comes out some, or not. So, the last one will be bug. Dead bug. Okay. A little bit past that one. Good. Okay, so if it's up against the wall, that's where it will be. That's not bad. You can see the screws on the edge and like on the top and stuff, which I don't hate, but their way to fix it is these white stickers. They're white round stickers and you just put it over. I feel like it looks better if you see the screw than like, no, white sticker, white sticker. This is a weird back in time moment because this wall, by the time you see this video, is already painted and already posted on my page. You've seen it, so weird. So you saw me build that cube storage a week or so ago. And I decided I liked it, I think it'll work, so I bought more. And my plan is to put 3 along here, under this. So I have 1 built, and I have to do 2 more. These things are heavy. And I have no traction on this floor because there's sawdust on it. I've learned how to actually open it from the last time. I just have to open the end and slide it. I have all of the cube storages built and I primed the shelves. I haven't painted them yet, but my brackets came in the mail, so I'm going to put those up, and I am not looking forward to it because I've only hung the shelves one other time, which was in my bathroom, and if you saw that and remembered, it was not easy. And I worked a really long time on trying to find the studs. And I was certain I found them, but one of my spots was not a stud. It didn't end up mattering in there because I wasn't using the shelves for anything heavy. But for these shelves, I want them to be able to hold a good amount of weight to where if I put some full gallons of paint up there, it'll be fine. So I want to get these into studs. And it should be super easy to find them because I have a stud finder. But the stud finder did me wrong last time and lied. So hopefully it does better in here. Alright, I'm gonna see if this one works better. This was my grandpa's. There are no studs in this wall. You just set this spot like 5 seconds ago. I don't know why I can't use these things. Am I missing something? I don't know why I struggle so much with finding studs. I know all the tips and tricks, and they're not working. And I have 2 different stud finders, and they disagree sometimes. And then sometimes one stud finder would disagree with itself. And I'm like, I've watched a lot of stud finder videos. I'm using them correctly. I know what you should do. My dad offered to come over because I did a phone call to him because I was flabbergasted. And he's gonna help me, and I can watch the master at work. For now, I think I'm going to maybe paint some of the boards white. I already have the white primer, but I'm gonna do white. I'm thinking I'm only gonna have to do 1 coat on those. Studs. Oh. Alright, my dad just left. He couldn't get the stud finders to work either correctly. So it's their fault, not mine. I'm not incompetent. I was using them correctly, they're just not working well. We did a test, and now I know where the studs are because we had an idea of where they were by using our knuckle and knocking. And then the blue tape you see is where the shelves are gonna go. So since the shelf is going to be covering up that section of the wall anyway, that's where we tested it. We got really skinny nails and put them in where we thought, and one spot was wrong, and we moved it over a little bit and it was fine. So there's going to be little holes in the wall, but the shelf would be covering it. My dad did point out to me last night when I showed him the brackets I was going to use that using a normal drill that I have is not going to work because this bar is in the way of the holes. So you need something that can bend or is really small. So I went over today to his house to pick up some of his tools because he has a solution for everything pretty much. So hopefully I can get one of the things he gave me to work. And then I'll get these up. Now all I have to do is, I know this one's in the right spot. I need to make sure the next 2 are in the right spot and then figure out where these are going to go. Exactly. Drill the holes, put them on up. Got a drill bit slightly smaller than the screw that's going to go in. I always get nervous when using drill bits because in the past, if you've seen my videos, I've broken a few because when I'm using it, my hand will move and it'll just snap. So, 90-degree angle. Don't go up or down. That's what I've learned. just noticed something. Over here, the studs lined up pretty much in the center, so that will be in the center of the shelf. But here, the studs are here and here, which is kind of off-center. So like this will be at the end of the shelf. There'll be something kind of in the middle, and the rest of the shelf will be over here. And I could measure out, and there's probably another one here, but that's the same problem. Are some of them just going to be not even and kind of off to the side? Is that a thing? I don't love that. After talking it over with my dad, who seems to be the VIP of this video, since I'm drilling straight into studs, that's what's most important for these shelves, because I want to put paint on them and other things, and I just want to make sure they're sturdy. My brackets aren't going to be centered and look good like the other side. It's actually going to be like really close to the left side of the shelf and then kind of towards the middle. And then the right end will just kind of hang off. I know it's going to bother me. The shelves might not even be as centered in this section of the wall as I'd want either, but I'm hoping the heaviness of the cubby holes over here kind of counteract and balance that the shelf will be a little off and maybe look on purpose. Probably not. This is where I'm at. They're not going to be centered. It was not on purpose. It's just how my house is laid out. And I will try to hide it as much as possible when I put things on the shelves and make it not drive me crazy, and hopefully not you crazy either. Because I know it's going to get some of you too. I know. Anyway, now I have to do what I did over there, over here, which took a while, and I have to do it again, and I'm tired. Shelves that are in studs. You can obviously see the not centered brackets, and it's also not centered in this section of the wall, just to help it be a little bit more supportive. But I think once I have stuff on the shelves, it won't matter. Okay, next is the windows. Instead of having the curtains right above the window, I'm gonna raise them closer to the ceiling because apparently that makes the room look bigger. I have two pairs of curtains. One's blackout, one's semi-sheer. So they're very different. And I don't know which one I want. Here's the first option. These are the blackout curtains. They're kind of a light gray with silver on it. They'll be about there. This is my other option. It has that cool pattern on it. It's semi-sheer. And then if you open it up, I do like how much light that one lets through, but I can always open the others up. And that also gives me the ability to block out light if I want. I don't know. I'll play around with it. I'll figure it out. And then once I figure it out, I need to rehang the bar so that it's higher. I've decided on the blackout curtains. I'd like to be able to control the light in the room. And with the other ones, even when I took a picture of it, the light shining through it looked bright blue. And I was like, I don't want to look like I have blue curtains in videos or in pictures. So I'm doing these. They have like the little paint splatters on it, which I think work in here. Well, one of the brackets just fell. Good, good, good. I can't get the nail out. I also kind of feel like it doesn't matter because the curtain's going to cover it and I can deal with it later. Yes. I like that. I did not look up how people can hang this by themselves easily, exactly what they want it. I'm just coming up with my own way. But sometimes when you're on your own, you have to come up with weird ways to do things. I taped the brackets that I have to put on the wall to this. And so that's one less thing I have to hold because I couldn't make marks if I had to hold both of these. I'm gonna go get everything that I'm thinking about storing in here for now and just putting it all over the floor so that I can organize it into groups and kind of figure out where I might want to put stuff and how I want to store it. I'll show you what I have so far. So I have like a lot of paint. I probably need to get rid of some of it because I know I'm not going to use it. I've gotten it from other people before I knew the colors I was going to use in my house. Oh, my hip. That sounded like an old thing to say. And then I have, so my paint stuff, my decor stuff, tools and hardware, crafts. Those are the main sections. I'm hoping I can like display stuff in a cute manner. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error. I'm sure I'm gonna change it many times during this video and many times after this video. You kind of have to live with it and see how it goes and then tweak it as you go, as you figure out what you need and what's more helpful. For now, I'm just gonna start putting stuff in places. I can do this. Okay. Enjoy not having to wait. Enjoy not having to do this work. Enjoy having the reveal being in just like a few seconds. I'm jealous of you. glad to have a place to put everything that's been scattered around into different rooms. I haven't been able to find anything. So now, I still can't find a few things, but most things have their place now. It's gonna take me a second to remember where their place is. I'm storing like my paint, my tools, my craft supplies and all of that, but I'm also storing my odds and ends of decor. And so it's a very mix and match, just stuff is everywhere, but organized and looks okay. And it's no longer echoey, at least not as much. I did have to clean the floor of paint that had been on there, and tile floor is really easy for the most part to get paint off of, except in the grout. And so I have some grout in here that is green, and it shouldn't be. So I'm gonna see if I can look anything up that would help clean that, or I'll just ignore it forever and I'll just have a green spot on my floor. I wouldn't be surprised. If you wanna leave a comment, you should leave a comment. It can be whatever. You can say hi, you can say what you liked about this video, you can say what you're working on. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video, whatever that may be, because I currently have no idea. I have a workshop and a studio. I've called it so many things. I've gone through so many names and I can't truly stick to one. I usually go back between studio and workshop. But I've said workplace, I've said like, this has so many names.